Neil, seems like a long time ago that we started this season's journey in the Welsh Cup, but with a 4-1 win over Connah, just how impressed have you been with our run in the Cup this season?
No, you're right, Nick. I think we spoke about it at the time that it was probably the toughest or one of the toughest draws we could have had in our first round in entering it to get Carnarvon, who are obviously top six team, so early in the cup competition when you can play teams from the leagues below. So, yeah, really pleased with. I think the way we approached that first game against Carnarvon put a marker down in terms of what we said about this season. We want to be competitive in the league and finish second, and we wanted to try and get to the cup final and try and win the Welsh Cup. So the cup run's been fantastic. Really prioritised it in a manner, and we were really ruthless about how we've gone about it in the games that we've played. Starting with that, obviously, first game against Carnarvon. We've scored a number of goals in the cup competition as we've worked our way through, and I think the players have probably produced a style of play and played in a manner that proves how much and how important this cup competition is to us.
You mentioned the style of play. You obviously got to be really pleased with the style of play and the fact that we've scored 20 goals and only conceded 2 in the 5 games in the Cup so far this season.
Yeah, I think, look, some of our best football came in and around sort of the period between maybe October and Christmas, around that sort of time. And we've played really well with a different style of football. We're playing such an attacking brand of football now, which I don't think the club really and the group of players get the credit they deserve for that. I think, look, there's a big transition, and other clubs talk about the transition that they've gone into over the course of the season, but from last season we've lost, 6 or 7 big players, players that have been there, seen it and done it and won the league with Connah and been very successful. Obviously, the transition from the grass pitch at the Deeside Stadium to Flint and the 3G pitch meant that we had to transition the style of play with younger players who were probably less proven in the game. So for us to be able to play in that manner, I think the cup competition, the way we've been playing, scoring 20 goals, also increasing our goals tally within the league this season, I think we really put teams to the sword given the style of play we were playing and the chances that we were at the time creating, that potentially we've still been creating those chances but not been taking them in recent weeks, and that's something we'll have to make sure we do better on Sunday.
Obviously we left it late against Bala, last minute winner obviously for Aaron Williams, but just how great was it to see Aaron, obviously he's come through the academy, how great was it to see him get the winner?
Oh, I was really pleased. Aaron's really popular within the group. Unsung hero, really goes about his business ever so well. Been at the club previously, gone out to apply his trade and then come back to the football club. It goes under the radar what Aaron's won since he's come back. Part of the league winning squad. Scoring the winning goal in that cup semi-final was brilliant. It was him. I think looking at what we've tried to do this season and try and bring a pathway for young players over the 2 years that I've been here, to see Josh Williams, Dan Roberts, Ben Nash start the game, who've all come through the academy at different points in time, and then have Luca Hogan and Aaron Williams come off the bench, and I'm probably missing others there that have been involved over the course of that time. So really pleasing for Aaron, popular member of the group and pivotal goal, and gets us to where we are on Sunday and what we've got to look forward to.
Neil, obviously yourself, you've got a great affinity with this cup competition, winning obviously the cup in 2013 with Prestatyn, and then obviously part of our coaching staff in 2018. Just how important is it to yourself, this competition?
Yeah, look, I've said it right from the very start. I think I grew up with my parents being involved at Prestatyn, and Prestatyn were a tier 4 team in those days, and the Welsh Cup was such a big occasion, for the football club at the time, and I think we went on a great cup run in 1985 when I was a ball boy, and remember playing Bangor away and thinking, what a great competition it is to allow fixtures like that to take place. So I've always been one when as a player and as a manager that I've been really keen to go as far as we can in. Always set that as one of the targets. The Prestatyn thing, is completely standalone. It's hard to understand the community that got behind a football team that can take it from tier 3 in Welsh pyramid system to winning the Welsh Cup and qualifying for Europe and getting through a round in Europe within 6 years, and that obviously is the Welsh Cup allowed that to happen. So doing that as a player manager was really special. I loved every moment of the year that was here on the coaching staff under Andy Morrison. and that was, you know, a really satisfying feeling to win it as a coach, as part of a coaching group. So I suppose Sunday could complete the set. You know, it'd be nice to win it as a standalone manager, as to win it as a player manager and a coach as part of a backup staff. So, you know, all attention turns to Sunday, but we know how difficult that'll be.
In terms of TNS on Sunday, it'll be nothing new. Obviously, it's the 6th time we've played them this season. But despite losing all of those games, there's been many times where we've really put them under an awful lot of pressure and been unfortunate not to be a couple of goals up each time. Just what's your approach in terms of trying to upset the apple cart, obviously?
Yeah, look, you know, TNS are a machine, aren't they, at the moment? And credit to Craig Harrison and his coaching staff there, and they've had a phenomenal season. You know, we have to sort of understand and reflect on the position that they find themselves in. We know how difficult it is to sustain being in and around them over a course of a season. It's now impossible given the resources that between the clubs now. However, in a 90-minute game of football, we fully feel that we are more than a match for them if we are at our best. If we're not at our best, we won't be a match for them. Over the course of the season, it's ironic that we've played in the first 2 fixtures of the season and the last 2 fixtures of the season. So the first game in the League Cup, it was 2-1. It was very, very tight and could have gone either way. The 6-2 game, the first game of the league season, was difficult because we had chances to be 3-1 up in that match and end up going in 3-2 down at half time. Jordan Davies goes through 1v1. We miss that opportunity and they go down the other end and score twice in 3 or 4 minutes. So I think what we learn from those aspects, as well as Sunday, is that's just gone, is that we are more than a match for TNS on our day if we're at our very best. But we have to take those pivotal moments. In the game so far, we haven't. If we saved them up for the Welsh Cup Final on Sunday, I'll be more than happy with that. And maybe Sunday is the day that we go the extra hurdle and beat them finally this season.